Hello everyone, in this video I'll be showing you a Beast Barbarian build guide in Baldur's Gate 3. This is a mod, part of the 5e Barbarian subclasses combined mod made by Sumradagnoth, and it's actually a really fun build because whenever you go into your rage, you get the choice between attacking with your fangs, your claws, or your tail. So you get 3 different choices for your rage, and in addition to this, there's some different benefits related to being a beast, as this is what it's all about. Now I'll be showing you the full build guide as well as some combat and some gear choices. So the Barbarian, they get their constitution based defense. So we want to have, if you want to maximize defensiveness, go 16 dexterity, 16 constitution, 14 strength. If you want to maximize your offensiveness, take down dexterity to 14 and put the dexterity or strength up to 16. However, we can early game use the Fowler Alluve weapon if you want for a nice dexterity based weapon. And I'll be going over all the best options for this as well in this video. So this is a very fun class. At level 2, we get ourselves the Reckless Attack and the Danger Sense, giving advantage on dexterity saving throws against spells, very useful for survivability. But here's where the class comes together. We get ourselves the Beast Barbarian. So we get this rage, and until the rage ends, you manifest a natural weapon. And you get, again, those 3 choices, which I'll show off once we get into the combat section, because you have to be in combat to rage. At level 4, we get ourselves a choice in feat. Now, this is also going to be a level 20 mod. So we're going to bump up our dexterity or constitution. Dexterity is going to give us better attack rolls, initiative, and armor class. And with that, it's just going to make us a lot stronger. At level 5, we get the extra attack and increased movement speed when not wearing heavy armor. And we're not going to want to wear heavy armor because that's just going to slow us down. And we got constitution-based defense. Now, at level 6, we get the Bestial Soul. So we have to choose one benefit to help you adapt to your surroundings. So whenever you choose this, you get some pretty powerful effects. You can increase your movement speed, you can increase your jump distance, and I'll show that off in just a moment. So we're going to go through this. It's actually pretty quick because the Barbarian doesn't have a lot of choices. You get Feral Instinct, +3 initiative, and Can't Be Surprised. Basically a diet version of the Alert feat. At level 8, we get our choice in another feat. I think it's best to just max out our dexterity at this point for better attack rolls, initiative, and overall armor class. Level 9, we get an additional die, a critical hit die, whenever we do a crit. Really nice. At level 10, we get the Infectious Fury. So when you hit a creature with your natural weapons while raging, you may curse the target your attacks with a rabid fury. So again, I'll show off what this all ends up looking like, as it is quite strong. At level 11 here, we get our Relentless Rage, picks us back up from being downed. And level 12, we get our choice in another feat here. So this time, I think it's best to go with actually the Savage Attacker feat, because with this, it allows us to reroll our damage die, which will just flat out increase our damage output. And once we make our way to level 13, we get an additional critical hit die. So again, another big power spike there. That's very strong. At level 14, we get the Call the Hunt. When you enter your rage, you choose allies to join your hunt. You gain temporary health points for each ally you choose, and the chosen allies receive a bonus to their damage. Pretty cool. So we want to hunt with our pack. So not so much for a solo run through the game. At level 15, we get the Persistent Rage. Your rage is so fierce that it can only fall if you're unconscious or you choose to end it. Pretty nice. At level 16, we get our choice in another feat here. And at this point, I think it's best to go with the Tough feat, because at level 20, this will give us 40 extra health. And the Barbarian, it's a resource. You want to be able to use as much health as you can. At level 17, we get an additional, so 3 extra damage die when we hit a critical hit. And we get another rage charge, but not super necessary. And once we get ourselves to level 19, this is where we get our last feat here. And you can max out your strength at this point too. Like, you can go strength or dexterity. That's another choice. You can also use a strength potion if you really want to maximize your strength to go as strong as possible. And we can also go with, you don't really get benefits from the Great Weapon Master or the Sharpshooter, but going down and going with Tavern Brawler can be pretty decent if you want to focus on throwing and doing some unarmed strikes a little bit. And you can also just go with some of the other ones here. So we'll go with the Tavern Brawler just to give us an extra option in terms of what we can do for combat. You would have had your strength at 15 at that point, so we can boost up to 16 and then eventually even higher. And at level 20, we get ourselves the Primal Champion. Your strength and constitution scores increase by 4, and your maximum for those scores is now 24. Pretty powerful. Big level 20 bonus there. Now, what it looks like in terms of gear, there's a few different good options. So for gear, we got ourselves the Mask of Soul Perception for increased attack rolls. I also really like the Shade Slayer Cloak here for better critical hit chance, because this class does hit really hard when it hits critical. So you want to be doing those as commonly as possible. This will give you an extra 5% hit chance on those. I also like the Vestive Soul Rejuvenation. You can make an unarmed strike against attacker if they attack you and miss, which is pretty effective. And you also got the hull dust gloves here, but we can alternatively, there is a bit of a funny way of going about this. We can actually go with the gloves of soul catching and then go with a open hand attack here, because our punches will be pretty strong because we got Tavern Brawler. It says 0d20 plus 17. I don't know why that says it that way, but yeah, we could go and punch and it's going to do pretty good amounts of damage. So sorry, Jahara, you're just in the way. Yeah, it is a pretty decent effect there, but we also want to have a weapon in our hand, so you don't have to go with the gloves of soul catching, but that is just another option that you got for offense. If you really want to go all beast out, you can go that route, but Hell Dust gloves will give us fire on our attacks. And when we got the Baldur and Giant Slayer, this will give us our +3 to our attacks when we use our claw attacks. That's the only way it could potentially work. Also, whenever you apply the Rabid to a target, it's going to make it so that they take 2d12 of psychic damage, or they can attack a target nearby them. So pretty cool. I also went with the Amulet of Greater Health. This puts our health score to 305 and a 25 armor class, which is pretty crazy. We can also boost that further if we went with the Cloak of Protection. I also went with the Ring of Protection, Killer Sweetheart. But if you got anything else that works well here, you can obviously swap out gear as you find it appropriate to do so. But in terms of what we're going to do in combat, we have the Bestial Soul here. So we got ourselves the Bestial Soul Swim, which will give you increased 3 meters movement speed while in water. We got the Dash through difficult terrain, and we also got the increased jump distance by 3. So I'm going to go with the increased jump distance. You got this cool little animation here that you do. And yeah, we're just going to get right into combat to show off what all this can get out in terms of damage. So we just got to initiate combat here. So let's go with a normal weapon attack, and then we can get into our rage. So I'll go with the luck of the... it didn't take him out, unfortunately. But whenever we go into our rage, then we get to choose what type of weapon that we want to roll with. So then we'll do our rage here, and we got ourselves the Bestial Form Bite, which whenever you attack an enemy, you regain 6 health points if you have less than half your health whenever you hit the target. This is pretty cool, so you can bite them. You can also use Claws. This is the one we're going to do, because on an attack, you can make an additional claw attack as part of the same action. So pretty strong. Also, if you have an offhand weapon, this won't work properly, so make sure you're using a two-handed weapon. Even having a shield can cause some issues, so two-handed weapons just work best. There's also the tail here, so when a creature you can see within 3 meters attacks with an attack roll, you can use a reaction and attack with your tail, potentially causing the attack to miss. We're gonna go with the claws here, because this is the biggest DPS spike, so we'll go with this, and we get ourselves some cool looking claws-like effects there. So we also still hold our weapon out, but we also got our Call the Hunt, so you can give yourself the benefits to your teammates. Unfortunately, they're locked away in that room there for safety. So they gain 5 temporary health points and a 1d6 bonus to attack rolls. So that can be really nice too. But we're just going to go off and show you the claw attack here. So we'll go ahead with our claws. We'll just attack here. So boom, critically blocked. Of course, we got hit with the critical block. And then we got ourselves the bonus claw attack here too. So we'll just go with a normal claw. So boom, that took them out perfect. And then we'll go after this target here. So executioner, critical miss, perfect. That turned it into an attack that landed. And here's the infectious fury. So we can add a 2d12 psychic damage to the attack, or we can the target of your natural attack becomes rabid and must use his reaction to make a melee attack against another creature of your choice that you can see. So we're going to use that, and then we can apply the rabid attack. We can declare the attack. I don't know why I'd say an invalid target, but yeah, it should allow you to target this target here and attack them. We look pretty hilarious like this. Not sure why that's not working properly, but they're rabid. Should have probably just went with the damage version of that. And yeah, it's not working as intended, so sometimes there are glitches with that. So we'll just go ahead here. We have a lot of health, so we're going to be tanking a lot of hits, and we also got a good chance of succeeding on spells because we have the dexterity saving throw proficiency. So yeah, they're going to all come at us, and we'll just claw them up on our next turn like Wolverine. So you're probably wondering how I got myself into this situation. So we're just going to go lash it with our claws again. So Wolverine style. The nice thing is, if you got Call the Weak, you can just continually keep attacking these targets and setting up that exploding attack. And then we also got ourselves, we're just going to go with the Infectious Fury damage there, which then triggers Call the Weak. And we got our extra attack here, so we'll go with another attack. Boom, Infectious Fury, rabid, and that took that target out. I don't know how it did. I guess they have vulnerability to psychic damage, so the Resonant Stone is very strong here if you got that, because you can see it's doing 30 damage per claw attack, which is just devastating every target around us. This is really powerful. Yeah, geez. That took out everyone that was near us, and we're not even going to go after that one there. So if you got Illithid abilities, this really buffs it up. And things like Mind Blast will also be very strong too, so I'd recommend using those too if you got them, because you're going to see here, this will blast these targets. They saved on it, but that took out one of them there, which had that fire elemental that was being pesky. So yeah, you can see the claws are very strong. So once again, we're just going to go in and attack with our claws and hope that we can set up that psychic damage. It's hitting them really hard. I just got mine broken. That's unfortunate. If you go too close to the gate, this does happen. So I might be able to break myself out of it. Yeah, you can sometimes with these extra mod choices, because it removes all of your actions. But we had that extra attack, so we may as well have done it, and we can't move, so womp womp. I'm not sure what happened, but we have 98 rage charges, so we may as well use this rage again. And this time I'll go with the bite form so that we can give ourselves some health back. Even though the claws would be a bit more powerful, we'll go with this here just to give ourselves this new bite attack. And I guess we don't have less than half our health points, so that doesn't really happen. But you can see there, you bite similar to how Astarion does. It looks pretty cool. So I unfortunately can't make my way back there, or I'll get mine broken again. So we'll just go with a ranged attack. That's why it's always nice to have a bow around, because sometimes you just need to bring it out and get to it. So yeah, we'll just roll with that there. I guess I'll also show off the other version, so I'll just leave my rage form here, and then I'll go into another rage in just a moment. I'm not even going to attack them. I'll just let them come after me, do their ranged attack. That's fine, and we'll just I just want to be able to show this off. So, and we got another attack. That's fine. So with the tail, it does have a cool appearance, so we'll go with that there. Apply the tail to ourselves, and this allows us to turn an attack away from us. So whenever we go to attack with our tail, you'll see here we got that tail attack, does piercing damage. We can attack in a large radius. Boom! Got that tail out. It's kind of like a thorn whip style animation, but still looks pretty cool. So that is the Beast Barbarian mod in Baldur's Gate 3, based on the 5th edition Dungeons and Dragons class. Mod was made by Sumradagnoth. If you found this video useful, please hit the subscribe button below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video.